Hello, it's the Real Senior Stoner back at you with your Puffco Proxy with Bub Diamond Dab of the Day. Hello, everybody. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, send a like, and I reply to all the comments. Let's get started with today's very important topic. As you know, I build these topics out of my real life, unfortunately. Today's topic is going to be, how can we train our brains better to remember more? That's right. How can we improve our failing memories? I'm going to be 65 years old later in this month. I never thought I'd make it this far, but think about it. You go to the gym to train your muscles. You run outside or go to hikes to train your endurance. Maybe you do neither of those, but you still wish you exercised more, right? People want to take care of themselves. We spend a lot of time focusing on improving our body. Shouldn't we also focus on learning how to train our brain? You see, when we train our brain, we'll avoid embarrassing situations because you're going to remember the person's face. You can't remember that name, can you? Well, guess what? Be a faster learner in all sorts of different skills. It'll be no problem, actually, to pick up a new language or a new management skill to help you at work. You see, keep reading, keep learning. There are ways to improve our cognitive skills, as well as our short and long-term memory. Let's get started. You got to work your memory. That's right. A dance choreographer actually came up with a memory workout. That's right. When this person watches one of her performances, she tries to remember the first 12 to 15 corrections she wants to discuss with the cast without writing them down. Now that's a big feat, okay? Well, guess what? For her, it's not. Even though most people can't remember more than 3 things. Well, the practice of both remembering an event or a thing and then discussing it with others is actually an important brain fitness activity. Memory activities that engage all levels of brain operations, receiving, remembering, and thinking, help to improve the functioning of our brains. Now, we're not dancers. We don't have students to correct like that, but we may be required to give feedback on something, or our friends may ask interesting things about what we saw recently on a TV show or a movie. They're great opportunities to practically train your brain by flexing our memory muscles. That's right. It's the simplest way to help yourself remember what you see. Repetition. Just keep reminding yourself what it is. So for example, say you met somebody new. Hi, my name is X, says the person. Okay? Well, you don't respond with just nice to meet you. Instead, you say nice to meet you, X. Then try to sneak that name into another part of the conversation. Boy, I really love that movie, X. My point is, you will have repeated the name or whatever it is you want to remember 3 times. And that will help you. Now, it's about doing something. Sugar, stop. Sugar, stop. Thank you. Sugar, stop. Thank you. It's about doing something different. Sugar, stop. Repeatedly. By actually doing something new over and over again, our brain wires new pathways that help us do the new thing better and faster by improving specific cognitive functions. Think about it. It makes a lot of sense. Golfers, with their swing, get it to a point of memory. Basketball players with foul shots, professional ball players, shoot 1,000 a week. And it's like they know exactly how that flick of the wrist is going to work. So, think back to when we were young, 3 years old. Well, you know what? We were strong enough to hold a knife and fork, right? But when we were left eating by ourselves, it turned into a mess. It wasn't a matter of strength. It was a matter of cultivating more and better neural pathways that would help us learn to eat by ourselves, just like an adult. And with enough repetition, guess what? We made that happen. So how does this apply to our lives right now? How does this apply to training our brains? Say you're a procrastinator. Most of us are. The more you don't procrastinate, the more you teach your brain not to wait until the last minute to make things happen. Now, of course, you might be thinking, if only not procrastinating could be that easy. Well, by doing something really small that you wouldn't normally do, but is in the direction of getting the task done, you'll start creating those new, precious neural pathways. If you've been postponing organizing your desk, for example, this one, just take a paper and put it in its right place, or move something. Do a little thing. Move a paper clip. Throw a piece of trash into the garbage can to clean it. You know what? You don't actually need to clean up. You don't actually need to decide what to do in order to train your brain. That's how small you can start. And yet those neural pathways are still being built. Gradually, we'll transform ourselves from procrastinator to an action taker. Think about it. Might sound obvious, but we got to learn new things. The more we use our brains, the better it's going to perform for us, like any other muscle. Learning a new instrument, if you're a musician, improves our skill of translating something we see, sheet music, into something we do, playing the instrument. Learning a new language helps our brain in a different way of thinking and a different way of expressing ourselves. We can actually take the step even further and learn how to dance. My golly, research has shown that learning how to dance helps seniors avoid Alzheimer's. I could teach dance, that's a separate topic. Remember Danny Terrio? Mrs. Stoner and I were chosen in Syracuse, actually, 44 years ago to be on Dance Fever. Separate story. If you want to learn new stuff more effectively, identify your learning style. That's right, by identifying your own learning style, we can maximize our strengths in learning and learn quicker and better. If we don't know our learning style, that's fine. There are plenty of ways that you can assess your style. Follow a brain training program, maybe. Go on the internet and find a brain training program. Spark your inner genius. Improve our memory. Think faster. Train our brain to think and act faster. And also, work your body. Exercise does not just work to help the body, it also improves the fitness of our brain. Even briefly exercising, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, facilitates information processing and memory functions. It's not that exercise helps your brain create new neural connections faster, but you'll learn faster, your alertness level will increase, and we'll get all that by moving our body. Because you got to remember, by training our brain to do something new repeatedly, we're actually changing ourselves permanently. It's so exciting. I have goosebumps. Always remember to spend time with your loved ones, because if you want to train your brain and develop optimal cognitive abilities, you need to have meaningful relationships in your life. Talking with others, engaging with loved ones helps you think more clearly, and it can lift your mood. Mrs. Stoner and I were so lifted by our trip to Syracuse. The drive was not easy. She's a trooper. I couldn't do much but sit there in pain. But we made it there. I walked with a cane. It didn't matter. So you know what? If you're an extrovert, it even holds more weight for you. You see, extroverts use talking to other people as a way to understand and process their own thoughts. Think about it. How much do you think talking to others helps you frame your own thoughts as you accept new things and new ideas? Remember to avoid the crossword puzzle. Now that sounds counterintuitive. Many of us think of how to exercise our brain. Think of a crossword puzzle. It's true. Crossword puzzles improve our fluency, but studies have shown conflicting views. They are not enough by themselves if you're looking to train your brain. While they may be fun, they just don't do much to sharpen your brain. So if you're doing it for fun, do it. But if you're doing it for brain health and fitness, you might want to choose another activity that involves a higher level of problem-solving skills. And remember, all this mental, this brain package is nothing if you don't take care of your body. So eat right, try to get a little exercise, and remember, the next time you have something to do, okay, little bits, because the bottom line is now you know how to train your brain. So it's time to choose which little step you're going to start with. I'm going to clean my desk by moving this. What little thing will you do? Remember, improving our ability to learn and remember will take time. You do not see results overnight, but with dedication to little bits of brain training at a time, everyone can see results. I promise. Put this knowledge, put what we just talked about into action, do it a little bit at a time, and you will find yourself in an exciting world where you're better than you thought you could be. This has been the Real Senior Stoner, talking about how we can maximize our brains, how we can use them to their fullest. Well, a lot of opportunity out there for all of us. A lot of us sit around all day and don't do very much. Well, guess what? That limits the way your brain can think and how fast you can operate. When you're in that situation, it's important to find things to do to stimulate yourself. I love doing these videos because I value everyone out there. I totally appreciate everyone being here for me. And you know what? I want to tell you that it's really important to me to have all of you. This has been the Real Senior Stoner. Thanks for joining me for the Puffco, Proxy, and Bub Diamond Dab of the day. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, everyone. This has been the Real Senior Stoner. You know what to do. If you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button, send a like, and I reply to those comments. Train your brain. Cheers. Do dab training. Cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful day.